Welcome to the second half of our Hodgepodge episode. Today we will... Oh, come on, we haven't even started yet. Anyway, we've pretty much finished off the Zaz clones, at least the ones that are worth mentioning. There are possible others, but they usually crash the game before you can even see what they look like, so... Today we're going to start off with something I've been meaning to show for a while, but haven't been able to make work until recently. Glitch items. These are pretty much in the game for the same reason glitch Pokemon / Pokegods are, as in they're just there and take up space. Junk data, basically. You can access them through GameShark only, no exceptions. When trying to get them, you should have your codes like buying rare candies for free off, because for some reason they will override the codes for you to buy these items. You will be able to find them in any Pokemart, but Lord help you if you don't have a money cheat on, because these things are expensive. As a matter of fact, I think both of the items I'm showing you would be impossible to buy even if you saved up all the money you would obtain from every trainer in every game ever. I'm not even just talking other Pokemon games, I'm talking about like every game ever. With that out of the way, I have two items in stock here. I can't really give them a special name, so I'll just title the first FM and the second WSM. These two glitch items are cool in that they kind of mess with the game without automatically freezing like many do, and they don't harm your cartridge, from what I've heard, so it's safe to fool around with them. Here's what FM does. The more you use it, the more it corrupts your screen like a glitchy blizzard. Keep using it, and... Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the Pokemon White D-Make, Marvel in its glory. Feign excitement as you talk to invisible NPCs in Purgatory. I use this item in Celadon City, obviously, and I'm talking to one of the NPCs, the Rocket, actually. See, when you use this item, you just enter this white void as NPCs walk around. They'll flicker in and out of existence, but you can talk to them. There is a way to leave this hell, though. Just go through a door. Everything will be back to normal, like nothing ever happened. Of course, that's a little difficult since you can't really see where you're going, but I managed to luck out and just walk straight into the Pokemon Center. Using WSM gives you a weird message. Your Pokemon box is full, so you can't use the item? That doesn't even make any sense. That's silly. This item's silly. FM was kinda cool, but I'm feeling a bit underwhelmed by that last item, so I decided to go shopping. At the Celadon Mart, I picked up B2F, completely free. That's new. Using B2F makes a giant white box appear in the top right. A little victory jingle plays for some reason. Then, as if a blast to the past to update 1, a random Pokeball appears and tries to catch this jumbled sprite mess out of nowhere. People say it's a bunch of messed up sprites from the Pokemon Center, but I think that's a bunch of bullshit. Not because I know where those sprites are from, but how the hell can you tell where those sprites are from? Okay, so some people theorize that the jumble sprites come from the area you're at, so if you use them at the Pokemart like I am, then there will be mixed Pokemon Mart sprites, otherwise Pokemon Center usage will result in sprites from that area. That's what people theorize, so let's check this out. So I not only use this in the Pokemon Center, I also use it in Celadon City, and lo and behold, it is taking sprites from that area. Pretty interesting, actually. Alright, back to the video. To my huge disappointment, it seems impossible to catch whatever it is the game thinks it's catching when using this item. It always brings up the same text box. After missing though, the game goes back to normal. Our fourth and last for now item is 10F. It was free, so I just decided to buy a bunch. When you try to use it, like half the text on the screen will be replaced with people sprite bits. In this case, it looks like a fisherman got caught in a nasty accident. Also, there's a guy standing on the elevator at the top left for some reason. It would seem like the game freezes here, but pressing the start button and exiting out of the menu puts things back to normal. Sort of. The man is not supposed to be there, and apparently there are invisible barriers and tiles where I should be able to walk. Walk through walls code saves me from this situation. This hallway was not here before. If you don't remember, the rooms in Celadon Supermart are just simple rectangles, like pretty much every room in the game. I'm actually amazed how authentic this looks, excluding the dude walking around in the Black Void. I was able to walk into the Black Void with no codes on and talk to the dude just fine. When talking, you can see how the room went back to normal. Apparently 10F mixes around the tile sprites and teleports you to a location that is kinda near to your last spot, but not exactly. Again, everything goes back to normal when you leave the room, but otherwise have fun hugging the wall for an escape. For some reason, when taking the elevator after using 10F, it appears as an option for floors. It takes you to the first floor of the market, but maybe Game Freak was planning on having more floors for this place? It's probably just the glitches again. It's always the glitches. Alright, that's it for now with glitch items. I think we've stalled a bit too long in Celadon, and I don't want to spend like 4 episodes stuck in here like I was in Cerulean. There are 2 ways to Fuchsia City, our next destination. Of course, we can only take the more stylish route. Walking down Cycling Road like it's nobody's business. What's actually funny is that Game Freak put what I call door border for the building that separates Cycling Road and Celadon. Basically, you could enter that building even if you were trying to walk through it by ways you shouldn't. I guess Game Freak was either really paranoid about people getting into Cycling Road without a bike, or they were a bit lazy in programming certain buildings. If you feel so inclined, you can hold the B button to brake on Cycling Road despite not being on the bike. Oh, of course sir, sorry, my mistake, it won't happen again. And with no trouble, we arrive at Fuchsia. Fuchsia City is great. As a matter of fact, it's awesome. It has one of the best abusable areas in the game glitch-wise. You probably already know what it is, but I'll leave you guessing while I show off some small things I've been able to discover after having them perplex me as a kid forever. Look at that! Game Freak actually put text for the little zoo Pokemon on display. All of them have exclamation marks for dialogue. It's both surprising and disappointing because if they didn't input text for these dudes, something interesting may have happened as a result. Or just another crash. Almost all of the zoo animals show half Pokedex entries for the Pokemon they're showing off, all except for this one. It's not because I'm reading this from behind. Front or back, this sign for an Ammonite is ellipses on both sides. I have to imagine it's because in-universe Ammonite hasn't been restored yet, but if that's the case, then why do they have it at all? I've seen these motherfuckers too many times. I remember when I thought they were rare. And this is the Safari Zone. Game Freak's wonderful experiment within an experiment. The Safari Zone is quite frankly one of the more loose areas in first-gen Pokemon if you want to do glitches. That is because it has one very popular glitch that can be done without Game Shark. How about I walk you through it? Start off like normal. Go in, be a gentleman, buy your balls, and go outside. Don't go anywhere. As a matter of fact, go back into the Safari Zone building and say no to the guy asking if you're leaving. Do this twice. Save your game afterwards. I know this all sounds stupid and convoluted, but trust me, we're getting somewhere with this. This is Pokemon Blue glitches after all. I love how I only caught 8 or so Pokemon at this point in the game, with half of them not even being legit Pokemon. When the game properly resets and you're back in the Safari Zone, go back into the building. You're actually offered to join the hunt again. But you're already in the hunt? Refuse this man's offer and you'll be free to do what you want. Saying yes will only get you back into the Safari Zone with nothing special. Well, we're out now. That doesn't seem to have done much, right? Well, we gotta get a couple of steps first. What better place to do that than the Cycling Road? No better way to burn off those glitchy calories like taking a walk uphill. But I'm not in the... Wait, huh? What just happened, you may ask? Well, basically when we left the Safari Zone, our sprite may have been able to walk willy-nilly in the open world, but the game still thought we were playing in the Safari Zone. You see, the fact that the Safari Zone... You know what, we're just gonna call it the Zone from now on, alright? You see, the fact that the Zone was more of an experiment by Game Freak than anything meant that they would mess up on its development. One big overlook is the ability to save inside the Zone. Somehow, doing so while rejecting to leave before saving and then resetting the game has the game temporarily forget you're playing the Safari game when you re-enter the building. Dear God, whatever that sentence. Then, if you refuse to go back in and are let out into Pokeworld, the game is like, oh, I guess he's in the zone again. So your steps are continued to be counted until, bam, you're teleported back here. That's not the best part though. You see, normally when you use the zone, you get sent back into Fuchsia, right? Well, you're timed out of the zone in an irregular area, so the game takes you to one of two places after leaving the Safari building. If the irregular area has any door tile, like a cave or a door, it will take you out there, as it's pretty similar to the door that you walk out of the zone sign-up building, so it's close enough for the game to count it.
Actually, the reason Glitch City happens is because of the door slot used to enter Fuchsia City, which I believe is door slot 5. Glitch cities happen when the route you end in doesn't have an entry in door slot 5. Most cities do, most routes don't. I believe Palatown brings a glitch city with it.
But 2, if the irregular area does not have a door or any building period, welcome to the other side, the Glitch City. There are several things to know when wandering around Glitch City. Do not save here unless you have a Pokemon with Fly, Teleport, or Dig. If you do save and you do not have such a Pokemon, enjoy your permanent residency. Walking around here is tricky. Unless you have the Walk Through Walls code on, you won't be able to go much anywhere. Then again, that may depend on what Glitch City you go to. There are no defined borders. You can quickly freeze the game by walking somewhere you shouldn't be. It's hard to tell where though, so be careful where you tread. Please keep your hands on the rails at all times. Please do not spit over the handrails. Glitch City is a myriad of tile sprites that can appear and change as you walk along. You may never see the same thing twice. To be honest, kinda doing it on Cycling Road was a bad idea because I can't stop walking down because the game thinks I'm in Cycling Road still. Despite what the game thinks, you can still find tiles of buildings and landmarks that can be found all over Kanto. Unfortunately, we can't interact with any of the signs here, but we can go into the grass. But all they have are the Pokemon that can be found in the particular route you are transported out of. There are plenty of trees to cut down here. Aspiring corporate bosses may practice their deforestation techniques. However, doing so in my experience only resulted in one thing. The tree will keep standing, no matter how many times you use cut on the tree, it will stay there. Apparently this can also crash the game too, but I tried it a lot and it didn't really work out that way. Figures the one time I try to crash the game it doesn't work, right? Here we can see Kanto's largest gym. Too bad there's no door. Hello, what's that in the distance? Behold our splendid sea of numbers and blocks, and who knows what else. It's actually quite safe to swim, or walk like I do here. Just be wary of the fact that the numbers can engulf you. Don't worry, it's very safe. Yep, no innocent slaughter here. It seems that we're leaving Glitch City. The tiles are readjusting themselves, and the game doesn't think we're in Cycling Road anymore. Wait, water? Why is there water here? Oh, there we go. What happened before must have been imagination. I'll just walk over this and go back to Fuchsia. Oh god, the city's been flooded. We should probably get out of here. Well, alright. We told you to keep your hands on the rail at all times. We told you not to spit over the handrails. There is no escape. Well, I got a badge to win. This poor sod doesn't know what's about to hit him. I think Koga's Weezing has the honor of being the first non-glitch trainer Pokemon to be 2-hit KO'd by a Muse Pound. So, good for him, I guess. Still got the badge, though. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Next time, since we've got Surf, we're gonna do the big one. You know what we're talking about. Game glitches up the ass. The glitches you have all been waiting for. Next time, we are Old Manning and Cinnabar Island surfing all up in this bitch. Before we go though, we're gonna try and do Glitch City in a different place. Here's Palatown, so enjoy that as we roll credits.